So the Groev, I suppose first off, tell us a little bit about you, who's in the band and how did you become a band?
So my name is Joe, anyway, Joe Sweeney. I'm from Leitrim. This is Rory O'Regan from Kingfishr in Galway. This is Jack Lennox from Donegal Town. And then we've got three other lads from Loughrea that come in and out of the band as they please. We've got two Ford brothers and then Mike Glynn. And I guess the band really started in first year of college for us. Myself and Rory met in first year. Really wanted to play music, but didn't really have the first idea of how to get into it. So we just kind of met up in Glasson student accommodation, which is the student accommodation for ATU. And we play music before we go out. We did that for what, like 3 months, and then just left it after COVID. we left it 5 years now, pretty much, and then just over a year ago now, I'd say nearly two probably, we started playing pub gigs, and we haven't really stopped since. We've just picked up people on the way. That's what it feels like.
I suppose, how did you get into music growing up individually? Was there somebody that inspired you, or was there someone else within your family that did music?
My dad was a musician, so I kind of was surrounded by it and didn't really have a choice to not play music as a kid. I just picked up the guitar myself then when I was 15, 16 in TY, and yeah, that's kind of my pathway to music.
Yeah, same for me. It was a kind of family thing. I had a very musical family. They all sang in the choir in the church down below, so I started singing in the choir first. And then I went from that to doing like musicals and then school musicals, and then I really wanted to learn guitar. My parents said, we'll let you learn guitar if you do keyboard first, so I did keyboard for a bit. Eventually they're like, right, we'll get you guitar lessons, and I did two, and I think the guy I was doing it with went on tour then, and that was it. So then I had to finish my keyboard, which I didn't enjoy and wasn't like learning guitar up until COVID happened, and then that's when I picked it back up and just started playing, joined a few bands, and then ended up here.
I don't really know, like there was no real music in my family. I don't really know if there is. But I used to live in Kildare, and every weekend we'd drive up the country to my mum and dad's respective family homes. Just that journey, I think we would always listen to mum and dad's music on the radio. So I think that was probably my first real taste of kind of the music that I now listen to all the time. So I think that would probably be my into music. There was no real music around the family, but it was just listening to it all the time that got me into it, I suppose.
Who do you guys look up to now when writing and performing? And give us a little bit of a sense of your style of music as well.
I think individually, I think there's a lot of people that I look up to. A lot of Irish musicians and then non-Irish musicians like Paul Brady, Van Morrison, lots of bands as well, like the Eagles, Dire Straits, and then obviously there's newer faces around as well. Like I always have loved Paolo Nutini, and I think Rory would agree that like in it, like people that kind of inspired us to do it right now, like is seeing people like Amble and Kingfishr and like just like normal fellas just kind of give it a go when you thought maybe it wasn't possible. Just kind of seeing other lads in similar situations as you just kind of say, you know what, why not? Like, you know, yeah, I think those would definitely be mine.
Because you live near enough where Robbie from Amble is from anyway, so
yeah,
it's a guy to you.
Yeah, I'm a Leitrim fella and he is as well, and I think like seeing someone from out the road just kind of like give it their best shot and do it so well is just like very inspiring. So yeah, definitely say at the moment they're a massive inspiration to us.
With writing songs, how does it work with the three of you? Is there someone in specific that writes the songs, or do you all come together?
We've never actually written like a full song together, so we kind of bring songs to each other, or else we'd have like parts of a song and then we bring it and then we kind of work on the part that we have, and then you might finish it there or you might go away and finish it yourself, but we've never actually written a full song together, so it's kind of something we're going to try and do anyway.
We've got a writing session planned in the next couple of months where the six of us or the five of us are going to try to get together and try to do that.
Yeah,
we'll see how that works. It could go off.
We could end up hating each other.
We might never see it again.
I think definitely the way that we've been doing it so far is that like you might have an idea, like begin that idea. That could be the first like two lines, and then
you take it away.
Yeah, you could sit on it for months. One day you'll come back into like a practice, just be like, oh, remember that idea. Here's a couple more words to it. How do we feel it's going? And then when you have that kind of initial idea, it's way easier to then just bounce things off each other. I think that's how it's been going so far.
Yeah.
Like even for Subtle, like that was a long enough time in the making.
We wrote the first like verse of the new song Subtle in a studio in Limerick in the very early hours of the morning after a nice feed of pints. The voice recording actually makes zero sense.
Oh yeah,
Like it's hilarious. It sounds so nice. The idea sounds lovely, but it made no sense. So I was sitting on that for like 3 or 4 months, and then we were going on tour, and we were like, we need to write a few more songs for the set. I think Joe had a few ideas, and I had that idea, and went away and did them, and then brought them back to the group.
And I suppose talking about your track, Subtle, it's one of the reasons we're chatting. And tell us a little bit more about it, and is there a story behind it for one of you?
I didn't write it,
Yeah.
but looking in at like the way the lads write songs, and I'm not a songwriter, I understand music, I don't know how to write a song, but looking in at the way Rory wrote it, it is like the first breach into a love song. Maybe he did, I don't think he had a specific person in mind. It's very much capturing like a really innocent feeling, which I think it's a really nice first kind of love song to write. In the same way, like we have other tracks, Ben and Jerry's is like a love song for like, you know, it's like grief, but this one's very much like the opposite, and like it's the birth of a kind of love. And I think musically it's very gentle, which kind of captures that feeling. And it's especially with, like, we're playing it now, we're on tour with Jamie McIntyre, and we have it in like the opening set, and it's just one of those that like you play it and you smile and you can like bop your head to.
It's definitely about like the excitement of something new and not really being sure of what's going to come from it, but it's kind of up for whatever you'll perceive yourself.
What I love about it was, like, I think with all like the new music that we write, like you're always kind of showing the people that matter to you. And I remember playing it in the car with my mom and dad for the first time. They don't obviously like criticize it to the max, but like they give, you know, good advice. And one thing my mom said was that it kind of feels like a combination of everything that we've done so far.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really nice representative.
I know you mentioned Jamie McIntyre there and you're supporting him. How did that come about? How did that tour come about with him?
So I've been living now in Galway for the last like 6 years, and Rory is a Galway man and moved up to Galway as well for college. I had kind of always known of Jamie through TikTok, and then also just like through college. And I think he knew that I was also a singer, and we kind of just always had like our respect for each other. The first tour that he was going on, I think he just seen that we were trying our best. You know, do you know what I mean? He just kind of seen that we were also a couple lads who really wanted to get into the original music scene. It was going very well for him, and he was just sound enough to give us an opportunity, you know. So now we're 3 tours in, the best of mates, by the feel of it, you know. So it's all just kind of about one little opportunity and just kind of being open to letting other people have a bit of crack as well, you know. So
yeah, I think it also goes back to with Jamie that we did just after I think Galway Town was released, he got the support slot for Brad Heidi, and then Brad Heidi had a competition for like another support. I think it was 2 that could get it, and we also entered it and we got it too. He and it was just me and Joe at the time, and our songs were nowhere.
Oh, they were so bad.
So bad. Like, it was very funny. But Jamie was sound to us then, and he that was our first like proper time actually meeting in like a music scene, and he kind of just, I think he liked us.
Yeah, just being sound.
Yeah.
Like, I think, you know, there's a lot of ego in the music industry, you know, so I think just by being a regular person, you can get more opportunities than you think.
And I suppose talking about opportunities, what has been a little bit of a career highlight for you guys so far?
For me personally, Tara Grove getting to the viral top 50 on Spotify.
Yeah, that's massive.
Because it's just like the first song that I properly wrote, and I was like, oh, that's mental, like when it happened. And we were over in the UK when it happened too, so it was just,
it all felt very surreal, like
really crazy for that 3 or 4 hours, was it? Yeah, just releasing music and getting to do these shows.
I don't know if I would say there's like one standout. I think it's all been like massive, like accumulation of just really cool experiences. Like last year we went out to Inishmore and we played a pub gig out there, and it was just the best crack I've ever had. And then in the last couple of months we've done a couple of gigs in my hometown in Leitrim, which I just like genuinely never thought I would do. Leitrim was a very small place, and I was always very afraid of what people would think, but like going back and getting a really, really good reception, like it's just something I didn't think would happen. Yeah, it's been a lot of accumulations of different things that make you feel good, rather than just one kind of specific moment that is standing out. But like, yeah, just being able to do this, it's just good crack.
Yeah, no, I think it's literally, the sold out tour was incredible.
Oh, yeah.
I think the best feeling is to be people just singing the songs back to you, and not even the songs, like the guitar riffs. It's like, that's one of those kind of like, oh, this is real moments. When we were in Dublin, that was a really good crowd. The Galway crowd was incredible as well, though. We're both sold out, and the 2 other shows were just really, really good fun. So being able to take the music around the place and have people singing it back to you, I think, is the highlight.
Finally, what does the rest of 2026 look like for you guys? Is there anything exciting coming up over the next couple of months that you can tell us about?
I think we have a couple
of things lined up for the summer that we can't really say.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit closer as well.
Yeah.
That's always just such a classic thing to say, but like, we just don't want to get in trouble by saying something we shouldn't be saying. But yeah, I think our hope is to definitely just try to get some festival slots this year. I think
that's our dream for
like
the year.
Buy your tickets, I think. Is buy your festival tickets, and we might see you.
Like, obviously playing sold out tours, like that is a whole different thing, but I think our goal, even just getting into this, was
free festival tickets.
Yeah, I'd love to play a couple of festivals.
Just go to festivals.
Yeah. So I've never been to a festival as like, is it a punter, I guess?
Punter, yeah.
So if the first festival I get to is on stage, I'll be absolutely buzzing. And if I don't have to pay for it, even better.
And I suppose finally, one more thing. Where can people find you guys on social media if they're looking to stay up to date with everything and maybe catch the news that's coming out in the next couple of months?
You can catch us on everything. We're on Instagram, TikTok, Spotify. It's Groev, spelled GROEV _music. Just to confuse everyone. Just to make it really hard to find us.